Trump's Environmental Protection Agency provoked uproar by unveiling a list of 31 regulations it will scale back or eliminate. Guardian analysis finding that targeted rules were set to save the lives of nearly 200,000 people in the years ahead. That's about 6,400 lives per regulation. Quite an expensive cut, don't you think? This is how the EPA justified it.
The EPA does its part to usher in the golden age of American success. Jobs will be created, especially in the U.S. auto industry, and our nation will become stronger for it.
Actually, environment for money has become an ideology in today's American government. Environmental policies are traded for what the White House now considers economically beneficial. Since coming to power, the Trump administration has advanced a series of America First environmental policies. On his first day back as president, Donald Trump put on a big show in an arena, showing off himself signing an executive order pulling the US out of the Paris Agreement. He called it an unfair, one-sided Paris Climate Accord ripoff. His administration has since aggressively rolled back environmental regulations, cut support for renewable energy, and even removed public communications on key environmental issues.
The most sweeping rollback of environmental rules in the nation's history. We're talking about going back to the 1970s era where these rules didn't even exist yet. So this is potentially erasing decades of climate and air pollution rules. But again, this is also going to be something that's litigated in the courts, so we don't quite yet know exactly where this will end.
We've seen projects have to be stopped. We've seen companies starting to reconsider whether or not they'll move forward here. That is a terrible outcome for our country, and it has these long-lasting ramifications.
Here's the irony. While officials claim these moves revive America's economic strength, the reality is that such rollbacks contribute to a deteriorating environment and an increase in long-term risks for US citizens.
Global temperatures are still rising, and Americans across this country are still suffering as a result.
Heat waves, wildfires, heavy snow, tornadoes. Extreme weathers are to be found everywhere.
We cannot expect that disasters will just go away on their own. The United States would be contributing to the problem of the very disasters that are affecting people's lives, not only in the United States, but around the world.
During the recently held Second Global Conference on Air Pollution and Health, an appeal made by more than 47 million health professionals, patients, advocates, representatives from civil society organizations, and individuals was presented, urging actions to tackle air pollution. Dr. Maria Neira, WHO Director for Environment, Climate Change and Health, stated that clean air is not a privilege. It is a human right as recognized by the UN General Assembly. A human right, not a privilege. There was a time when the United States couldn't get human rights out of its mouth. Those days are gone. The US decisions on the environment aren't just a domestic policy change, it's retreating from international environmental cooperation, emboldening further deregulation, and weakening global efforts to combat climate change. There is no America first here. It is never about who is first. We're all in this together. No country alone can fix it, and no one can benefit from it.